Hi everyone and welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, I'll be doing episode 2 on how to make a CPS test using Scratch. In episode 1, we programmed the clicker button to change the number of clicks by 1 every time it's being clicked on by the mouse. And for the 5-second button and the 10-second button, we programmed it to switch the costume to button 2B when the mouse is hovering on either of these buttons. And we also programmed the backdrop. We set the number of clicks to 0 when the flag is clicked, and we showed some variables and hid some variables. So here is a quick recap of the code before we move on to episode 2. So this is for the backdrop. If you guys want a better explanation of every single block of code, then check out episode 1. The link is in the description below. And this is the program for the clicker button. And this is the program for the 5-second button. And put the same code for the 10-second button, except change -109 to +109. And now let's get started with today's tutorial. So first go to the 5-second button, and what we're going to do now is drag in when this sprite is clicked. We want to broadcast a message called 5 seconds. And then we also want to hide this button. Also drag in when I receive 5 seconds hide. Just remove the hide for the when this sprite is clicked and put a hide for when I receive 5 seconds. We also want to drag in a set gameplay mode to 5. So when this sprite is clicked, set gameplay mode to 5 and broadcast the message 5 seconds. So put the same thing for the 10 seconds. But for the 10 seconds one, change when the sprite is clicked, set gameplay mode to 10 and broadcast a new message called 10 seconds. And when I receive 5 seconds, we want to hide. Duplicate that. When I receive 10 seconds, we also want to hide. And put that for the 5-second button too. When I receive 10 seconds, hide. Okay, great. So now go back to the clicker and drag in when I receive 5 seconds. So when I receive 5 seconds, we want to show the variable click so that the user is aware on how many clicks he or she has taken till now. So when I receive 5 seconds, show variable clicks. We also want to show this button box and duplicate that and change 5 seconds to 10. Now drag in when I receive message block again. So change 5 seconds to calculate CPS. So right here in this block of code, we've added if timer is equal to 0. So when the timer reaches 0, we want to broadcast calculate CPS, which means it's time to calculate the CPS and give the user the CPS that they have scored. So when I receive calculate CPS, like I told you in the start of episode 1, the CPS is calculated by simply dividing the number of clicks with the number of seconds. So drag in a forever loop, and inside this forever loop, drag in a set variable to 0, and make sure you put this inside the forever loop, otherwise it will not work. So change high CPS to CPS. So set CPS to drag in a division operator from the operators tab, and then drag in a clicks in the first blank and a gameplay mode to the second one. Because when this sprite is clicked, we set the gameplay mode to 5, which is basically the number of seconds. So divide the number of clicks with the number of seconds. That's why clicks divided by gameplay mode. And now let's go ahead and code the timer. So when I receive 5 seconds, for the timer, what we have to do first is that we have to set the timer to 5. That timer to 5. And we also want to show the timer, of course, because we want the user to be aware of how much time is left. So when I receive 5 seconds, we want to show the variable timer and we want to set the timer variable to 5. Next, we're going to drag a repeat 10. But since this is 5 seconds, we're going to drag in a repeat 5. And we're going to drag in a wait 1 second inside that loop. So if you guys don't know what a repeat 5 times loop is, so whatever you put in this loop will execute the number of times you've put in this blank. So if I put 5, whatever I put in this loop will execute 5 times. If I put 10, whatever I put in that loop will execute 10 times. So inside that repeat 5, we want to drag in a wait 1 second. And we want to change the timer by 1. So this is going to happen 5 times. It's going to wait 1 second, change timer by 1. So we've built in a mini 5-second timer right now. And once the timer reaches 0, then we want to stop everything, stop the whole project. Now duplicate this, change 5 seconds to 10 seconds, and basically change all the 5s to 10s. So set timer to 10 and repeat 10 times. And also don't change timer by 1, change timer by -1. Because we do not want to increase it, we want to decrease it to 0. And now we are done. Let's check out the finished project. So my highest CPS is 5.4. Click on any button. I'm going to click on 5. The button is shown. And the timer is decreasing by 1 second. So is the number of clicks. So right now my highest CPS is 5. Okay, great. So that's it with this tutorial series. I hope you guys enjoyed this whole series overall. And you guys could also try making your own buttons like 60 seconds, 90 seconds, whatever, it's your choice. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave this video a huge thumbs up, and share this video to others so that we can grow this community much more bigger. Bye, and scratch on.